The U.S. Supreme Court is allowing the pro-life Texas heartbeat law to remain in effect for now. The court keeps the ban in place, but it will also allow pro-abortion supporters to bring lawsuits and challenges against it. The High Court heard arguments over the law last month. The Texas law bans most abortions after a baby's heartbeat is detected. That's as soon as 6 weeks after conception. And joining me now to discuss more about the issue is Jeanne Mancini, president of March for Life. Jeanne, it's great to see you again. Can you tell us,
Eric? Thanks for having me.
Wonderful. Can you tell us a little bit about this, what this ruling means for the pro-life movement out there?
Yeah, absolutely. So at 10 o'clock this morning, the Supreme Court issued a surprise decision in the Texas heartbeat bill. Essentially, there's lots of different things to slice and dice in this opinion, but the bottom line is that some petitioners may continue in court to sue on this, on the procedure and on the merits, but that the Supreme Court will allow the law to stand for now. So Justice Gorsuch wrote the majority opinion, and essentially he said that this was very much about process. They were not addressing the merits. In other words, this was not necessarily about, is abortion constitutional? This was about, is this particular law and the way and the mechanisms that it is enabled to work, is it constitutional? And so what they're doing is they're allowing some of the petitioners to move forward, and that includes abortionists, abortion clinics, and some not. For example, most state actors cannot be sued in this.
And do you expect to see similar laws like this enacted in other states?
Well, if you read Justice Sotomayor's opinion, she would certainly say we have seen and will see more. I think it's possible. Listen, what I'm most excited about, if I'm being frank here, is what we're seeing with the Dobbs decision right now and the phenomenal oral arguments that we heard only a week and a half ago. And, that is really about the constitutionality of abortion. And what's up with that is the potential of overturning Roe versus the procedural questions that are being asked in this Texas heartbeat ban. So they're both good laws, but one in front of the Supremes was really about the constitutionality of abortion. And we'll probably not hear about Dobbs until late June, but I have a lot of hope in that. As for the Texas law, I'm just delighted about the lives that have been saved since September 1st, since it's been enacted, and that they'll continue to be saved as this goes forward in regular courts.
Exactly. I mean, well, the court said that pro-abortion advocates in Texas are allowed to challenge the heartbeat law in the federal courts. And why do you think the justices, they left some room there, some wiggle room?
And Justice Thomas, in particular, didn't agree with that. So it's certainly, I mean, they're entitled to their different, jurisprudence in the way that they analyze these different things. But there is a conflict of interest, of course, when abortionists are suing for something along these lines because they're in a money-making business. And so that is very much a question before the court. Like, can someone who has a conflict of interest sue in a case like this? So we'll see it played out at the lower courts now as the Supremes have basically allowed that to go forward.
And it is going to be interesting to see how this is going to affect possibly the Dobbs versus Jackson's women's health case as well. And we're going to wait for that one as well.
That's right. We should be hearing about that one in late June. Of course, that's a 15-week ban, but even more, we're hoping that it's possible that the justices overturn Roe, return the question of abortion jurisprudence back to the states and to the legislative branches.
Well, Jeanne Mancini, thank you so much for joining us and taking time out of your day today.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.